Susie. All of them. For coming on here to watch my clipping tutorial. I like to start off by thoroughly grooming any horse that I'm about to clip to remove any of the excess dirt, hair, grunge, you name it. After I finish grooming, I like to follow up with a nice bath using some of my favorite shampoos, like a tea tree or an antifungal shampoo. This will help remove any of the excess dirt that might be built up underneath his coat. The reason why you don't want dirt underneath their coat is because it will actually dull your blade and make it a lot harder to clip. Found that grooming and bathing before I begin clipping always helps to alleviate lines, streaks, and a dull looking coat. But when it comes to clipping, spraying their coat with show sheen ahead of time can also help with the smoothness of the clip and as well as leaving as little lines as possible. Once I feel that he's comfortable and accepting of the clipper, then I will begin to clip his coat. There's really no right or wrong way to begin your clipping. I usually start at the shoulder and work my way to his hind end. My goal is to clip the horse while leaving as little streaks and marks. When I'm finished, I should have a healthy, shiny coat with little to no visible marks. Clipping is very similar to shaving. When you're shaving, they tell you to use as much pressure as you would while shaving shaving cream off of a balloon. You want to remain soft and keeping the blade straight against their skin. You never want the blade to be at an angle as you're going. In harder to reach areas, like for me, I find the shoulder and the armpit and belly area, and sometimes around the stifle, a little bit tricky to clip. This is because they have a little bit of extra skin and some wrinkles. So you want to make sure that you're using the hand that isn't holding the clipper to hold that skin tightly, because you don't want to cut that extra skin. Sounds crazy, but those blades can cut their skin if you're not careful. Don't forget that intermittently you need to check your blade. It will often get hot and the clipper will start to overheat. When it does this, grab your coolant, spray off the blade, pop it open, and clean out any of the hair that might be inside of the clipper. If it's hot to my skin's touch, it's going to be hot to him. It's also important to note that if you don't cool down your blade or your clipper, sometimes this can actually burn their skin, resulting in a dry and flaky coat. Try to avoid short and choppy strokes. You want a long and straight stroke. Then you can go back with shorter strokes as you need. As you can see, I'm taking the strokes in a vertical motion, and I follow up by going in a horizontal motion side to side in any of the areas where I might see a line or hairs that might be a little bit longer. As I finish each section, I usually let Zini have a little break. During these breaks, I might take that time to let my clippers cool down, but I also like to let him go back into his stall, eat some of his hay, get a drink, go to the restroom if he needs to. And this way, he doesn't become irritable or annoyed or antsy as I'm clipping. After I've completed the neck, shoulder, and his stomach area, before I begin on his beautiful little butt, I like to make sure I do the triangle first so I don't forget. You want to go from the left side and the right side of where the tail starts and just meet at the top. There's really no right or wrong way to do it. As long as you leave one, chances are it's going to look better than it would without one. Keep in mind that as you begin clipping the legs, this is a very sensitive area. It might feel like a ticklish sensation or even a fly landing on their leg. Their natural instinct is to want to pick their leg up. If you have a horse that doesn't want to stand still or keep their foot down, sometimes it's beneficial to have a friend hold up the opposite leg as if they were picking their feet. That way all the other three legs remain on the floor and you can successfully clip. While I have been able to clip his body and legs without the use of sedation, I can't unfortunately clip his face without. Some people think that using sedation might be inhumane, and there are other ways, and I'm sure there are, but with a horse like Zini, who is that big and that powerful, and still acts very studdish, I find it to be safer for him as well as myself if he's lightly sedated, and I can do it without the worry that he's going to get hurt or I'm going to get hurt in the process. I will usually pretend to clip near his neck just so he can hear the sound of the clippers. Then I will move to the cheek area, then work my way up towards the ears. I want to do the ears while the sedation is still working its best before it wears off, because this is usually the hardest part. When clipping the ear, you want to make sure that the hair inside of the ear does not fall in the ear canal. I've found that holding the ear outward or flipping it kind of inside out can be helpful to ensure the hair does not fall inside of the ear canal. Once I think I'm finished, I will usually do a once-over to make sure that there weren't any areas that I missed. After doing a quick once-over, I will usually curry and brush him off before I do one more bath and a conditioning treatment to make sure that he's comfortable after his new clipping. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I will do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. Just a disclaimer, I am not a professional groom or anything like that, but I have been clipping my own horses pretty much all of my life, and after trial and error and doing it myself, this is what I have found to work the best.
Are you filming this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, where are you going? He's like got performance anxiety now.
I'm so proud of you, Annie.
She's like, you couldn't make like a heart with your hands around it.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.